G'day, everybody. Asset sales, the heist that keeps on giving. How New Zealand's economic reform was really just a smash and grab. What if New Zealand's most famous economic reform wasn't a recovery, but a heist? We didn't just tidy up Muldoon's mess. We set fire to the furniture, sold the house, and then borrowed money to rent back the kitchen. Let's talk about the 1980s, asset sales, and why we're still paying for it 40 years later. In 1984, New Zealand had a genuine economic crisis, currency run, foreign debt pressure, and a transition from one stubborn Prime Minister to a new government walking into Treasury briefings that looked like disaster movies. Excuse me. But instead of carefully fixing what was broken, we got sold a full system reboot. Treasury, Douglas, Richardson, they pushed a narrative. We weren't just in trouble, we were fundamentally flawed. The only way out, market discipline and privatisation. It wasn't just a policy, it was a story, and it worked. Step one, convince the public we were bankrupt. Not just in deficit, utterly broke. That makes anything look reasonable. Sell your furniture? Well, better than going hungry, right? We had assets, rail, electricity, forests, post, but they were painted as inefficient dinosaurs. So we repackaged them into state-owned enterprises, gave them a logo, and told them to act like private companies. Then we sold them. People were told, "You're buying a stake in your future." Except most Kiwis didn't have spare cash, but brokers and finance houses sure did. The reforms promised efficiency. The reality? Entire towns gutted. Railway workshops gone. Forest jobs gone. Whole communities told to become boutique destinations or artisan cheese hubs. Some adapted, many didn't. The result, long-term unemployment, poverty spikes, a generation that went from being workers to being clients or customers. And when Ruth Richardson arrived with the mother of all budgets, benefits were slashed, bargaining power shattered, labour market flexibility, they called it, poverty by design, we lived it. The reforms didn't just reshape the economy, they reshaped how we think about the state. We stopped being citizens and became users of services we used to own. Our national airline? Sold. Our forests? Sold. Strategic energy? Sold. Banking? Mostly offshore now. And the kicker? Public debt didn't disappear. Prices didn't drop. And 95% of those temporary reforms stayed locked in, even under governments promising kinder, gentler politics. The crisis became a permanent story. The Kiwis couldn't be trusted with assets, that markets know best, that a little suffering is good for you. That framing still shapes today's bills, today's wages, today's expectations. Excuse me again. We didn't just lose money, we lost confidence that we could run our own ship. So here's the truth. We did have a crisis, but we also had a choice. And instead of steady reform, we got shock therapy and asset stripping, wrapped up in a tale of tough love and discipline. The crisis ended, but the story didn't. And until we're honest about that, we're just customers in a house we used to own. Well, thanks for being here. Please take a look at the extended article that's linked below. And I hope to see you back here soon for part 2. Cheers. See ya.